Hi, my name is Wendy Kaysen, and this is my persuasive speech. Thou seest I have more flesh than another man, and therefore more frailty. This is a quote made by William Shakespeare back in the 1500s. Nearly 500 years later, obesity is still around. Childhood obesity is purely caused by children being inactive and not eating a well-balanced diet. Our obese children of 2009 are growing up with an increased risk for disease, eating disorders, and self-image issues. Childhood obesity can be defined as an imbalance between the amount of calories consumed and the amount of calories burned. Children burn calories by purely growing up, their growth and development, and activity and metabolism. When they do not have enough vigorous activity on a daily basis, calories are not being burned and therefore causing children to be overweight. Genetics can play a part as well in childhood obesity. If their parents and other family members are overweight or obese, chances are they will be as well. Environmental factors also play a part with childhood obesity. The fact that children just can't run around and play outside like they used to. It's unsafe. Kids are being kidnapped day after day, murdered, and trafficked these days. Kids just can't ride their bikes outside anymore. And as well as low-income families, it's too expensive to eat healthy sometimes. It's easier to go pick up something that's high in salt or processed food, something that's pre-mixed and easier to make. Some statistics. The CDC said that 9 million children ages 6 to 19 are either overweight or obese. That's nearly tripled since 1980. Ages 2 to 5 have shown an increase in obesity from 5% to 12.4%. That's over double. Ages 6 to 11 have shown an increase from 6.5 to 17%, nearly tripling. And ages 12 to 19, nearly quadrupling from 5 to 17.6%. Childhood obesity leads to adulthood obesity. Obese adolescents of ages of 10 to 15 have an 80% chance risk of obesity in their 20s. And another study shows that anytime you're obese when you're a child, you have a 25% chance of being obese when you're older. And definitely not to mention childhood obesity before the age of 8 leads to severe adulthood obesity. Childhood obesity is becoming more and more prevalent, and this is shown through these statistics as well as in your community. The need for reform of obesity is high, and it seems impossible, but it is possible. Things can change. Government can become involved. Funding can be brought into your schools. Physical education should be brought back. Cafeteria, lunches, and breakfasts, they need to be changed. They need to be more of a healthy diet instead of these fried foods, pizzas, hamburgers. Incorporate a sandwich, salad instead of these things. And the Coke and Pepsi machines need to just completely be taken out of schools. Parents can become involved. They can limit the activity that students and children spend inside doing nothing besides just sitting in front of a computer or the TV or playing video games. They can challenge their children by making them play outside and giving them activities to do, and they can switch up the diet as well. Children need structure, and as the authorities and people above the children in their life, they're held responsible for this. Continuation of bad eating habits and inactivities that lead to obesity can increase the risk factors for other diseases. Other diseases such as coronary artery disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancers, high cholesterol, respiratory problems such as asthma, and orthopedic problems caused from the excess weight being put on the joints of these children. CAD, coronary artery disease, is especially deadly considering a myocardial infarction or a heart attack can happen, causing death to a certain part of the heart or death in its entirety. Childhood obesity leads to unnecessary early death. Obese children tend to get picked on due to their size. They feel like they're abnormal, like they don't fit in. There's an increase in depression and eating disorders due to this. Personal action. We can step up to the plate. Parents need to step up to the plate. Parents need to make time. They need to find time. They need to cook nutritious meals for their children. They need to stop stopping by McDonald's, Burger King, fast food restaurants just because it's quicker and it's easier, because they think that they don't have time. Their children are suffering because of this. Instead of keeping chips and cookies around at the house, healthier snacks need to be a part of these kids' diet. 5 vegetables and 5 fruits a day should be pushed. Children need to be taught by example. A child should not be singled out just because they're overweight. The whole family should practice this. That way the child doesn't feel like he's being singled out. 60 minutes of activity is what a child needs a day. 60 minutes. That's not much. They need to just go outside and play, whether it requires a parent outside there with them or not. Healthy habits need to be taught. Treats and sweets should not be used as a reward for good behavior. Unhealthy food should not even be kept in the household. Growing up, there was a clean plate policy in my house. This should be done away with, because children need to learn to only eat when they're hungry and to stop eating when they're full. By implementing these simple ideas, but yet so crucial to good health, we can cut down on the risk factors for diseases and prevent unnecessary early death for our upcoming generations.